Shalom Israel, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rahak Kodash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect pushing the word across the four corners of the earth. Risking your life to do so, especially now during these times. I'm the brother Shaman of Great Millstone, Chicago. All right, and very soon, they're gonna be here in Chicago. Matter of fact, they said they were gonna be here on Friday, so they're probably here now. Shit, with Esoft, they say they're gonna be there, Friday. They probably was already been here since last Friday. They were doing an interview with Tom Homan, I believe that's his name, and they were asking questions. Well, where are you guys gonna be at? Who are you? And he was like, I can't divulge that information. So, they're already here. And, Jake knew it. And, of course, they came right during the so-called time of the Mexican Independence Day parade, but Issachar was clever. They knew that. And we've been telling Jake that for years. We've been reading that scripture for years. I hate your feast days. Jake get stupid and drunk. Scripture talk about that. Riotous. And Esau's putting a stop to all that. And that's for all the tribes. They're just starting with the northern kingdom. All right, but the narrative has been one for years that they've been pushing, which for Jake, scriptures say the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Right, so Esau is in rulership, but you can't blame everything on him because the scriptures say your deeds have surpassed the deeds of the wicked. So you have somebody who is the wicked, set up to be the wicked, right? Isaiah 14, I saw Satan fall as lightning. And it tells you he's a man. But then your deeds surpass the deeds of the wicked. You keep going. Every little detail of every day, you can't blame on Esau. Certain things are you. All right, just like you read these different stories, eventually the Lord will send a prophet in these different captivities of multiple prophets. Just like with Babylon, you have many prophets in different places. And then eventually he allowed us to return, And as a nation, we had to make amends. All right, but right now, our whole nation is not going to make amends. We're not all going to pray to the east. So fuck you 2/3. And we're going to continue to blame you, right? Keisha and Juan and Pookie, Ray, all right? All of you, the tribes who are part of the problem. All right, you look in Mexico, the damn murder rate is far worse than any of the murder rates here in America. All right, that's Issachar crime. All right, this is Proverbs 17:24. Wisdom is before him that have understanding, but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth. So you got to pay attention to what's right in front of you. And we've been telling our people this for years. Right in front of you, with the correct answer from the scriptures, right here. This is exactly what's going to happen. But a fool, like the scriptures say, will not regard time. The Lord said he set up tokens, signs, wonder, tokens, things for you to tell, okay, this is the time, okay. Let's say, and I'm going to get that scripture, when you see the enemy come as a flood, now is the enemy going to literally come as like water? In a way, yes. They're going to come out with full force. Flood the streets. Right? Flood the zone. So you got to pay attention. And we should constantly be going over Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51. Okay, this scripture, that scripture. This is we should know all these different end time prophecies. It shouldn't be anything that gets by us. Right? That's why the Church of Berea is given for that example. And that's why priorities have to be correct. In Proverbs 23:5, it says, "Without set thine eyes upon that which is not, for riches certainly make themselves wings that fly away as an eagle toward heaven. And we're seeing how that can happen. Right? We're seeing them set up a system where, like, I had a card, and I got charged for some bullshit, and I put a dispute in. I showed the receipt for the refund, all that shit, and they still, wouldn't give me my fucking refund. Oh, you gotta have this extra paperwork, that extra paper. Like, in this place, it's truly a basket with holes in it, and the Lord did that for a reason, to show you, look, it ain't through your riches that you gonna make it out of here. It's not through your riches. It's not through your own personal strength. All right, it's not through none of that. It's through me. Right, you hear Jake keep saying in these different narratives, yeah, black man, nobody's coming to save you. Well, if you're not of the elect, that statement is true. Nobody is coming to save you. But if you're the elect, Yahweh Shai is coming to save you. Right, otherwise, you're not going to make it out of here. If you think that you can go strap to strap with Esau, you think you can go bullet for bullet with them, you're a fool. You think that you can try to manipulate them through their legal system, and I'll pay this much money, and this particular person, Malcolm X, had sued the world government. Look, nobody gives a fuck about that shit. They're gonna do what the wicked wants to do. We're gonna finally get these reparations for FBA. Nobody gives a fuck about that shit. You ain't getting no reparations. Esau's gonna make reparations in the kingdom, in the form of all his shit, in the form of his most beautiful women. And it starts on this side, matter of fact. All right, but keep our eye focused, man. The scripture said keep our eyes single. And we have our basic, duties in our personal life and shit you have to do. But all of that stuff is really secondary. Right? The stuff that we're focused on in this book, this is primary. Right? And that spirit will rise up sometimes of distractions, of this person called it, that person, this, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you open the book, you start to get serious. That's happened. This happened. The girl call you who, you've been trying to get at, whatever. Right? The scriptures say, keep thy eyes single. Verse 6, eat not thou the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. So you don't select it. That's the subway. But like you say, don't even eat his bread. Don't even partake in his food. None of that. Don't even desire his certain things. And what happens is, you watch long enough, you get covetous of Esau. Just like those statements the prophet made, and I saw the wicked, and man, I was envious, for that moment, until I understood. Yeah, this is it for him, and they know it. That's why the scriptures say what they say. When they see that their end is near, the devil is coming down with great wrath, and that's what's going on. These Edomites are done on a global scale. Finished. They just look, they still have certain riches, they have credit, but they're on a steep fall, a slippery slope. Right? Psalms 119 and 35. Make me to go in the path of thy commandments, for therein do I delight. We have to keep on the path of his commandments. Because there are going to be a lot of opportunities and distractions. Temptations, that's the season we're coming in, the season of temptations. When you're tempted, your flesh is going to be tempted to go left, and you have to go right. You have to make a hard right. Turn away mine eye, verse 36, incline my heart unto testimonies and not to covetousness. Right? Because seeing certain shit, speaking as a man, it makes you covetous. Like, damn, man, I wish I could have that. Damn. That's that That's that world desire, man. That's those flashing lights that don't mean shit. It says, turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity and quicken thou me in thy way. And it's a lot of vain things. Hey, these women are learning. The scriptures say that beauty is vain. Beauty is vain. They thought beauty was the all be all, you know. You got the internet, so now you can see, you know, it used to be back in the day, you have to go to certain places to see beautiful women. You had to go to little clubs or just be out, and then you see one like, damn, you know, that's a little 10 right there. But now you could jump on the internet and you could just see everything. Most beautiful women, and then they showing every part of them. You know, no self-control. And then the game is going to this world going to chew them up, spit them out, according to the prince of power of this era. Talking about Satan. And then they're going to be out of there. Right? Then they're going to use to find the next broad. And these women still haven't realized that, you know, years in. That's what the whole little Cassie Diddy situation was about. Diddy went and got a new boo, new young chick. All right, you the light skinned chick, but you ain't new no more. Everybody done seen you already for the past. He been with her, what, 15 years? I don't know how long he been with the broad, but he been with her forever. All right, and then you got all these male prostitutes, all right, male harlots that he rented, which is crazy, giving an account how he had, you know, he was watching them deal with her, you know. So she got old, like, okay, they didn't bang, they didn't use her already. Let me get with something new. All right, beauty is vain. And a lot of these black women, Latinas too, Native American women too, y'all let Esau use you as a slut, and then now they're gonna discard you. They're gonna get rid of you. All right, and we're not looking to save. We're not looking to save old hoes, man. I'll be honest with you. Now, it might be some older women who believe and who get receive salvation, but a lot of these old, bitter, nasty broads, you're not part of the elect. You ain't gonna make it on the chariot. You don't even have the mentality to want to turn back and to want to be with a man of the Lord and serve him. You don't even have a mentality. All right, but verse 38: establish thy word unto thy servant, who is devoted to thy fear, and that's what the Lord is looking for: devotion. All right, our devotion to Him, daily devotion. Scriptures talk about daily. Think upon these different things daily. Meditate upon them daily. Right? Isaiah 59 and 19. Matter of fact, verse 18. Because if you don't know who these things are coded for, you won't understand. Just like Yahweh Shai told the congregation, he said, when you see the mystery of iniquity, when you see all these different things, flee. And if you didn't get the message, you stayed there and were destroyed during the siege. A lot of them were eating their kids, eating their best friend. They were eating the bark off anything, and then they ran out. All right, Isaiah 59 and 19. According to their deeds, accordingly, he will repay fury to his adversaries. All right, so this is what's about to happen very shortly. He will repay to his adversaries. So like I'm driving, kind of moving around too. low right here. According to their deeds, accordingly, he will repay. Fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. Right? So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. And that's where we're at now, in the west. And his glory from the west to the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, and it's that same flood it talked about with the serpent. Like the flood came out of his mouth. The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Now you look up that word flood. Nahor. You go to the root. Assemble. That is, assemble. All right, but we know the manifold meaning. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. So all these different things is going to get Esau stirred up. And as soon as he makes his move, the Lord is going to make his move. All right, and you have to know the scriptures to know and understand that. Otherwise, it's going to be like, what the fuck is going on? All right, here is the patience and the faith of the saints. But I'm going to leave it right there. Lord willing, this is edifying. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shema Shai. Hey, stay focused, Akim, and continue to pray. Shalom.